Big news from the Amhara region, not just from Amhara, but from Ethiopian border with a neighboring country. It seems that several armed groups are operating in coordination. By the way, since last night, some heavy drone strikes, airstrikes have been ongoing in this area. FANO groups are making some strategic moves, which could be big moves. Once we understand what are these moves about, what is FANO's plan, what is Ola's plan, what is PP doing, what is happening in Sudan. Welcome to my views and news. Today, I thought of briefing you on a map about rapidly evolving situation on the ground in the Amhara region, where FANO fighters, it seems, are planning to open some major fronts. Let me show you the areas taken by FANO in recent days. Let me show you where FANO, thousands of FANO fighters are being trained in a neighboring country. And let me show you the coordinated attacks by FANO and other armed groups in some areas. Gondar, it seems that Gondar and Gojam are the center of new moves by FANO. You can see a South Gondar here, Varata, Debreta, Road, this road, you can see that. And you know that Ethiopian military withdrew from here, largely withdrew. FANO took control of large parts of South Gondar. So Varata to Voldia Road remains closed. FANO has immense presence here. But this is not what decisive move by FANO is being planned in. This is central Gondar to the west of Lake Tana. Lake Tana can be seen here. And this is West Gondar, which borders Sudan. In central Gondar, near Lake Tana, FANO groups are controlling territories. And by the way, reportedly, Ethiopian military has again withdrawn from several parts of South Gondar, not central Gondar, and militias are fighting FANO fighters here. That is why FANO are easily entering towns, recording videos, sharing pictures from there. Let me show you a strategic road situated close to Lake Tana. You can see this road, zigzag line, Shavira, Takusa, Delgi, Chandiba Road. This road touches Aikal. Aikal is situated on Gondar to Matimma Road. This road near Lake Tana, it just hugs near Tana, Lake Tana. This road, which almost surrounds Lake Tana in western direction, is a link between two main roads. Gondar to Matimma Road, you can see Gondar to Matimma Road, and Bahirdar to Bahirdar in Jibara to Manishangal Gumaz Road. This one. The road which I mentioned, which I showed you on a map, this one close to Lake Tana, is the link between the two roads I showed you. And FANO fighters are expanding their presence along this road. They were seen in Shavira. You can see Shavira here. It is Alpha Voreda, Central Gondar. Then from there, they went to Delgi. You can see Delgi here. They released pictures from Delgi yesterday. Delgi, Takusa Voreda. You can see Chandiba here, again on the same road. Chandiba in Chilga, Voreda. So you can see that all along this road to the west of Lake Tana, FANO fighters are operating. Militias are collapsing. Why are they operating there? Well, they want to open their connection, which has been there, by the way, with Sudan. They want to freely move from Aikal to Matemma, from Bahirdar towards Benishangal Gumas, through Javi, from Gujam, you can see here, Bore, Finot, Salam, from Gujam, Agoavi zone to Javi to Benishangal Gumas region. They want to control Matekal, which is in Benishangal Gumas. This is Matekal here, Benishangal Gumas region, where FANO and Gumas fighters are jointly operating. While on Gonda to Matimma front, FANO fighters are operating alone. They don't need allies there. And to the south, they are being supported by Ola. This is Gembi, Nakamte, Valega. And from there, Roma Liberation Army fighters are entering and operating in Matekal zone. Matekal, this is Matekal. And in Matekal, Gomas and Fano is operating. In Matekal, Ola is operating too. You can see Matekal here. So, what is the reason behind such big moves by Fano, Ola, and Gomas fighters? Well, why are Fano fighters consolidating their control of corridors to Sudan? Well, what we have learned is that thousands of Fano fighters are being trained. Where? In Sudan. Now, it is being confirmed. For the last 2 days, we have been receiving reports. Now, it is being confirmed by sources that Fano fighters are there. Several thousand trained. And if they are there, who could be training them? Who could be providing them logistics? Obviously, not difficult to guess. Eritrea, Sudanese military. Sudanese military could be supporting them as well. Why? Because you know that in Asosa, there is presence of RSF, Rapid Support Force. And from there, these RSF fighters have been entering and carrying out attacks in Kurmuk, Sudan. Sudan's military not happy with RSF presence in Asosa. That is why Sudanese military, Eritrean military, they are supporting FANO's activities in Sudan. And from Western Gondar, Kwara, this is Kwara somewhere here. From Kwara, from Aikal, from Gujam, from Javi, Fano fighters are establishing their connection with Sudan. For what? Uh, I think that they're making it difficult for the Ethiopian military to use roads to supply weapons to RSF in Asosa. Obviously, if in Jibara, Chagni is controlled by FANO, if the road here connecting the two roads, Gondar to Matemma and Bahirdar to BG, are controlled by FANO, it means that military won't be able to send logistics to RSF fighters in Asosa. Military will have to rely buyer supplies to RSF. You know, there is an airport in Asosa, and from this airport, drone strikes are being conducted on Sudanese military in support of RSF reportedly. What is happening in Sudan in terms of training of FANO fighters is partially linked to Ethiopian government's backing for RSF, but it is also linked to planning a major offensive from Sudanese territory on Ethiopian territory. Just like from Ethiopian territory, RSF are entering Sudan to carry out attacks on Sudanese military. From Sudanese territory, FANO fighters, Gumas fighters, maybe Army 72, maybe Eritrean fighters too, Sudanese fighters, they could join and carry out a major attack into Ethiopian territory. Ethiopian military knows it very well. That is why, since last night, heavy drone strikes and air strikes have been ongoing along this road, the strategic road which envelops Lake Tana, Delgi, Shavira. Government is trying to control this road. Government is trying to push FANO away from this road. So Ethiopian armed groups are now working in coordination. They have the backing of foreign players too, and they're planning for some major attacks, which could be game changers, it seems, in coming days. Thanks for watching.